No music? Oh, you mean yes? Okay. Alright, so we've got this great tit bird here. Um, let's see if we can find a black that we've already opened. This one looks opened. Let's see if we can get it open. So I like to use watercolor that comes in a tube. It doesn't. Its brand is Art Studio by here by Patat, I think it is. Yeah, Patat. And I'm already starting to get some paint everywhere. Looks like, so the only problem with these is that they're made out of metal. So the more they bend, the more stuff like this happens where it punctures. So that's the one, and like, so there's paint in the edges here. It's not really focusing very well, but there's paint in the edges. And I'm having trouble getting it out. So let's try painting it to loosen up this paint. Because it's watercolor, it's water-based. So step one is trying to get to the colors themselves. And again, it's been a long time since I've painted. So I'm very excited to get started. But I like to use watercolor that is already liquid coming out in this tube, because then I can use the pure pigment itself, or I can just use it dry if I need to as well. I'm having so many technical difficulties tonight, it's not even funny. So I think what we'll do, we might just use from the edge here until we get it open. So this bird is black around the hood and then yellow in the belly. It's got a yellow belly. You guys can hear me and everything sounds good now, right? Because that's very important. Alright, so we're gonna just do some light coating right now. We're just getting a base down. You guys can see that good? Okay. So you're gonna see a lot of the top of my head here, and I'm sorry about that, but so what I do is I like to do like a base first and like kind of build upon it while I'm painting, because watercolor dries really fast, so it's like really easy to like keep doing stuff. So like I can, these wings are like mostly gray, so I can actually kind of just do a wash here. So let's just do that. Happy little feather. Try and stay in between the lines, something I was never good at. Alright, let's try and get some more paint from this. We don't want to have it too dark. We can actually come in more with this, so let's do that. Alright, Mason. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for coming in for a little bit. Alright, that's a little too wet, so let's get some paper towels to dry that off. Up there. We don't want it too wet because it'll start curling the paper. It's a constant battle with different elements in watercolor because it dries really fast. So you gotta be quick, but also slow. So I might call this black a wash, hahaha, because I'm having trouble opening it and I really want to start working with the pigment. So we're going to try working it out a little bit more, and if not, then we're just going to start. Let me tilt this down a little bit for you. So how was everybody's day? For me, it was a very exhausting day, so this is actually kind of nice to just relax and paint. Thanks for joining me in my chill out evening. Alright, let's try and grab a little bit more of this pigment. Hopefully we'll be able to get this off soon. And the nice thing about... See, that's a little too dark here, so we can spread that out, hopefully. And maybe blot at it with a paper towel. Oh, nice, Kirby. So one advantage of physical painting rather than painting on the computer or something like that is when I need to, I can flippy floppy this around. Because some of these angles are really tough to do from the same position. Is the painting too blurry? I worked for a really long time to try and make it as not blurry as possible. So I'm hoping that it's not. Some of the original pigment that we've put down is already dried. Just to put in the perspective how fast this stuff really dries. And we're just borrowing some of that pigment from this darker side and spreading it out to other sections. I pre-sketched this a couple months ago with the intentions of painting it, but never getting to. So we're gonna do it today. You can make out the sketch and where you're adding the paint. Okay. So it's not too bad. Come on. I'm having so much trouble opening this, it's not even funny. It is getting all over my hands though. My motto for painting is if you're not getting messy, then you're not really into what you're doing. You're not really feeling it. actually just dipping the paper towel into the painting. I'm not even like patting it. Now I am, because I've gotten most of the pigment out. Yeah, I'm even smearing with my fingers a little bit. Okay, so we move some of that. Don't want to drip. We move some of that pigment over here. Let's clean that up too. These feathers are so detailed in terms of like, you have to put a lot of effort just to get them in. Very intricate is what I mean to say.
Smoked for 6 hours. Arby's, we have the meat.
You have the meat. No. No advertisements. It's for the game Prey. Yeah. It's my mouse pad. I got it from a Loot Crate. I've never played the game. Can you hear me alright? I took my mic and put it in my lap, so let me know if it's too low. Quieter for sure. Yeah, let me try something out. This might be better. As long as it doesn't get in my way. Okay, so we're starting to get a little wet on the wing. So we're going to want to let this dry. Let me just get a little bit more of a base coat in. We're just stressing the paper out a little too much right now. Okay. Alright. So I believe the tail is the same type of color, yeah. There is like a little bit of a blue to the tail as well, like a light blue. But we'll get to adding that a lot later. We might add a wash in at the beginning actually. In fact, I want to pull back some of that gray because there's actually two separate feathers here. We're actually going to go into the yellow a little bit for some shading purposes. It'll come out in the paint later, the shading, so we're just going to add that in now. It'll just be a nice way to kind of cheat at shading a little bit. Because again, we're playing the layers game. So it's all about what shows through your next layer. Plus, it gives it kind of a fluffy feel, which is really what we need because this is a, you know, a fluffy bird. Rose is currently playing around with her new Alexa, so I can't hear much. Okay, now we're good. Oh, I have an Alexa, so she just lit up. What type did you get? Let's darken this up again. Oh, the echo, nice. Actually gonna move my light over a little bit. Let's see if we can get this sucker open. Ah, we did it! Ta-da! And now, because of the pressure, it's like oozing out. But that'll be really good for like our darkest pigments. Alright, so let's clean up this mess a little bit, so that we can close it again, because we have plenty now. Alright. And we're actually just getting to the head, which is the part that needs that black. So let's do it. bird has a black and gray beak, but we're gonna leave it out and do the detailing because it's just slightly off color from the rest, so we don't want it to get lost. This pigment, I'm putting it on basically dry point. So, since the brush is dry and there's no water to keep it from getting wet or keep it from drying, it's just pretty much drying immediately. Like the first strokes that I'm putting on, and since it's such a little amount of paint, the first strokes I'm putting on are actually already drying, which is pretty neat. And good too, because it means we can do more. Now, for detailing, I'll be adding like white on top of it to kind of get the white feathers that are in this area here even more detail. It's one fluffy board. So I did add some water to this now, because the top is actually where the light source is. So we want to have it be a little bit more opaque, so that we can put other colors in it, like that blue we were mentioning earlier. We're gonna leave the eye white for now. Trying to keep my hand out of this. Which is, trust me, not an easy thing to do. I feel it would be even harder though if I was left-handed, so thanks, Kirby. Rose and I are going to spend some time with her parents, but I'll be checking in every once in a while. Have fun. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Don't worry, there'll be more. And those of you who are in chat, I do commissions, so if you're ever interested in a piece can always PM me. And I can always do it on stream too, so you can get a video of the creation. I can even edit it to be fast forwarded. So you have like a whole video experience of your artwork. Sounds like the song was skipping for a second there. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. Let's move on to the next one. It's not like we're listening to a CD or something. That should dry correctly based on where I put the pigment. We still rolling? What happened to the music? Alright, I think it's time to add some yellows. Give you guys a nice good look at it so far. So we're feathering right now. So watch what we're doing here. Spreading out the darkness here a little bit, right? And then we're gonna just blot it away. So we get some like neat texture in there from everything. So some audience participation. Is this yellow? Because my colors aren't labeled and I'm colorblind. So I just want to make sure I'm not using orange. It's the big one. This is an orange. And this might be a yellow or an orange. I'm not sure. Maybe a goldenrod. Let's fill in this eye real quick. We're gonna take back some of this neck here. thinking this is the yellowest yellow. Alright, let's try it out. Trying to get this open. Very frustrating. I'm gonna try and get a knife or something. Just getting up and moving for a second is just a headache and a half. Okay. Let's try and pry this out. We're getting it out. Nice. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Nope, not yet. Just this one section here.
Do you want to go out?
No.
Sure. Do you love me? Absolutely.
No.
Will you move in? Yes.
What is this commercial?
And here you are, ready to share your life, your love.
Professing its love to me. Inappropriate. Okay. I think this is the yellow we need. Let's try and get my hands a little cleaner. I don't want to get any of this paint on the painting itself, like rubbing off. Alright, we've got some yellow. Hooray. Okay, let's add this color. Excited. Wow, the yellow's already drying. That's insane. We're just gonna leave this out for a little bit because it's not done. It's got a mind of its own. So we're just gonna again do a wash here. A wash of color. And you'll see how the gray now blends with the yellow to create something even better. See, it kind of makes it like a brownish color, which is really nice because brown's like one of the hardest things for me to mix. Feels really good to be doing this. almost done with the yellow for now. Don't worry, we're going to be coming back multiple times on it. We're actually going to add a bit more yellow up here. Make that a little deeper. This is like where the richest yellows are, right up toward the head and the shoulders. And then even down here too. Let's just make it nice and rich. We can always pull it back with some white and some grays. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let's mix that in a little. And I gotta get the rest of the yellow up here. Cool, cool. It's like right along this part here that's the most brilliant yellow. Whereas over here it's like a pale, as it pales into the gray. Yeah. Let's get some yellow in the base of this foot here. And we'll just do some light hints to suggest some reflection. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna clear out my cup because, as you can see, it's pretty grimy. We'll be right back. back to some Gregorian chanting. Okay, so let's try refreshing this music.
Rated M for
So my video keeps skipping lately, even when I'm not streaming. I'm trying to figure out why that might be. Because I think that's what's causing the skipping to happen. What's my CPU at? It's only at 18%. Okay, seems to have cleared itself up. So we'll go with that. Alright, I think it's time to do the feet. There's a hair in this, probably cat hair. We got it though. Alright, so this is the hardest part because I've never been able to find brushes that stay the way you want them to, especially with dry point. So you gotta be very, it's almost like stippling, which is when you're dotting the page. This is the tough part. So this claw is just really dark because it's in the background. The other claw, talon, is gonna be more of a grayish color. Okay, I think that looks about right. It's like raining. It is a Tuesday. It's like always raining on Tuesdays here. But usually that means that I'm playing D&D. And that's not the case today. Let's bring that back a little bit. Don't want to make this too muddy. You gotta be careful. always a good idea to spread out what you're painting, the colors wise, in other places. Starting to add some detail up here. Back to those. We're gonna need to start making some grayish brown. Alright. This one is darker than the other, so we can start doing stuff like that. Alright. So, who is in chat right now, and what you got going on right now? I'm gonna bring this back and put this in, just because I need to see the paints a little better. Alright, we gotta wait a little bit. We can probably go like this. Okay. Hey Banana, welcome. How we doing? Welcome in. Yeah, that's what we're going for, realism. Alright, so the bottom, excuse me, the bottom of this wing is also dark. So, Banana, you're one of my followers, right? Or are you just dropping in from the creative crew? I think you're already one of my followers. At least it looks familiar. So yeah, now we're just starting to add the actual details instead of washes. Although over here we're definitely gonna add to what we already have, because this is all kind of washed out at the moment. Excuse me. Alright. This one that I'm painting right now is actually the rear wing. The one, not the rear wing, but not the tail feathers, but the wing that's on the opposite side of the bird right now. So, I think what we're gonna do next is we're gonna darken these feathers. Let's actually use our bigger brush here. I like this song. I'm working a little too slow here. It's starting to dry on us. Gotta move a little faster here. This brush is actually great for this. Nice and smooth lines. Let's get some of that featheriness in. And we also want to bring in that darkness there too. Yeah, this is great. This feathering. Another ad. Right in the middle of the song. So let's try blending this in a little. It's taking like the pigments, the edges here, and kind of like moving it around and blending it together. Yeah, we might have to use this a little bit more for some of the detailing. Let's try and get a little bit of that in here. Alright. And then a little bit of that same stuff right here. Alright. Let's start bringing in some of this. Alright. So we don't want to take out too much of the pigment. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, let's just blot it out. Alright. Alright. Hey, Tell. Thanks. Welcome in. Might need to clean our brush again soon. So the reason we keep going back in this yellow to add layers is so that it looks more 3D and shaded. Yeah, I love watercolors. We want to get this as three-dimensional as possible, especially because when we add the whites are meant to make it pop, but we can't let the whites do all the work or it's not gonna work too well. So we're just trying to bring some stuff together here. Kind of coloring reminds me of a calico cat almost, right down here. Just the coloring, not the like the color itself, not the pattern or anything like that. Just the colors I'm using right in this area here. How you doing, Tal? It's been a while. Good to see you. never studied art or anything, but I've sketched things since I was able to hold a pencil. I'm well, thank you. How about you? I'm doing alright, yeah. I'm actually doing a lot better now that I'm finally doing this. I've been trying to get started painting for a while. It took me a long time to set up in a way that I liked it for the stream too. I'm actually an art teacher, so like if you ever want lessons on painting, you can always come into one of these chats and ask questions while we're doing this. We're gonna try and do this. Thank you. Yeah, it took a while, so I'm glad it came out well. Alright, this is way too watery right here, so we're gonna hold off. Use our water somewhere else and come back. Let this dry some too. It's actually starting to get a little muddy there, so I'm gonna actually, unfortunately, have to blot it back out. Let that dry. So what do you like about art, Tel? Like, you've been doing it as how come you never took any lessons or anything? Just never had the opportunity, or other things going on? What's the thing you're most proudest of doing, art-wise? Starting to get some detailing in here now, which I'm excited about. I'm doing like little tiny flicks here just to get the individual feathering. Hey Trell, welcome. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that feeling. Welcome in, my friend Trell. How are ye on this Tuesday afternoon / evening? Hope you're well. Welcome to the chill stream. Let's darken up this head. Yeah, it sounds like it. Tell me about your day, sir. What types of things do you like painting, Tel, if you don't mind me asking? And in terms of how the art is, Trell, you tell me. What do you think? You guys probably can't even see much of a difference in what I'm doing to the head right now, but trust me, it's doing stuff. specifically the painted the Great Forest Spirit for Princess Mononoke. Awesome. I love that movie. That sounds really cool. Thanks, Trell. I appreciate that. Okay. Detail is coming along. Really need to get painting supplies again and paint along with you sometime. Yeah, that'd be great. I encourage it. And what do you mean, Trell, by freelance? As in, do I take commissions? 'Cause I do. Not to mention the fact that any commissions I get on Twitch, I will paint on Twitch. And I also will give a fast-forwarded version of the stream to whoever commissions, so that they can see it created. Yeah, I'm a professional artist. I've been doing painting pretty much all my life. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to teach. I have not been painting as much more recently, unfortunately. No, I'll actually send the actual painting in. I like doing real stuff. Okay, it's time to start adding some mixtures of colors. I'm gonna start with the white. If we can find a white that is in here. Yeah, let's just let's see here. Looks like this is white. Let's see if we have any others. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna clean out my water before we get started with this. Just because white is so temperamental. So we'll be right back. Enjoy the music. Okay. Yes, my love. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Alright, this is a little too wet. Alright, so this is where my favorite part starts to happen. And that's highlighting. Chill stream for the win. No problem, Tal. Glad I could deliver. Alright. So we're building up white here. And the white keeps picking up colors as we continue along. It's doing the work for us. It's blending without the need of mixing. And we're using up the pigment so much that we don't even need to wash out our brush too much because there's not much left. And we're not going to be, this isn't going to be like a one-time thing. We're going to keep doing this. I've committed to doing a creative stream once a week from now on. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know what I'll paint next time. I have a few more sketches I could paint, or I could do some sketches, planning for some painting. I could, you know, I could do a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't just paint, I do all kinds of stuff. Like I could do Photoshop like you were talking about. Although it would be with GIMP. So we're trying to get this fluff in. Eventually we're going to need to make yellowish fluff for down in here.
Corrupt judges, dirty cops.
No!
Don't love justice.
You're ruining it. Oh, we're done this one. Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
I just created.
No. Ambient fantasy music. Yeah. see it? Hey guys, I'll be right back. Just gonna finish cleaning this off and stuff. That. Had to deal with something. All is okay. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry I was gone for so long. This is actually pretty cool because it's like we're painting in nature, and we're painting a bird. So we can start doing some of the feathers here. Thank you for wishing me my well-being well while I was away. Apologize for being gone so long. I was just needed elsewhere quickly, so I couldn't really explain, and I'm not really ready to end the stream yet, so here we are. So this is really a tedious process here. Trying to get all these small details in. Yeah? Yes, my love. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we're gonna have to end it for tonight. Sorry to cut it short. I have to take care of my wife. So, she comes first. And just gonna try and real quick parcel out some things so that I can leave it as is. Thanks for everybody joining me. We will be back. I might even continue painting this tomorrow since we had to cut it short. So, thanks everybody for coming in. We will be back hopefully tomorrow with this. If not, we'll be playing Tomb Raider, another cool game. If you were following along in the background, don't forget to follow for more cool stuff, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for chilling with me. And we will see you guys next time. And this will get to dry too, so that'll be nice.